You have your sister, Dr. Aafia Siddiqui. She is in a hole just a few miles away from me in Texas. And we've been denied the ability to be able to visit Dr. Aafia. May Allah make it easy for her. You know what those letters mean to Dr. Aafia? She knows that she's not forgotten. In fact, I'm going to call someone up to the stage, inshallah. Clive Smith, who's her attorney. I want him to actually come to the stage, inshallah. This man has been flying around the world relentlessly advocating on behalf of Aafia. In the UK, in the US, he's gone to Afghanistan to collect facts on her behalf. I know that he's dealt with a shoestring budget to be able to do this. Think about that. Do you know what it means for someone to feel like they're not forgotten? And I actually want him to come on. If I can have him come on. I want him to talk about Dr. Aafia's case, because this is a global case, a landmark case. But when you see Aafia, I want you to see those that are like Aafia, whose names you don't even know, and look for them. And I want you to ask yourself, especially about the Filton 24, and about those brothers and sisters that are being targeted here in the United Kingdom. Have you sent a letter? Have you put forth advocacy? And I want you to think about people in your community that are doing great things. Have you reassured them? Have you given them a shoulder? Have you given them a hand? You see people that are making sacrifices. You know, I always tell people that it's not just those that were in the trench, in the khandaq. It's those that bring the water to them. It's those that bring them the food. It's those that find any way that they can support them that lets them know. Your charity sometimes to places around the world is a word of solidarity manifested in food. We have not forgotten you. We're still here with you. Surround yourself with people that do noble things. And commit yourself to those who may feel abandoned because they're being punished for being upon the truth. Clive, I want you all to give this man a round of applause. Thank you on behalf of our community for all that you've done.
Well, my goodness, wow, this is loud. I know that you didn't come to listen to me. You came to listen to Sheikh Omar. And I just want to do some affirmation. This guy I met in Texas when I'd gone all the way to see Aafia. And I found a person who I have to look up to, both physically and metaphorically. And he's what I would call him a real saint. And when we're talking about that, I do want to do a little affirmation with you guys, because we've now got 25 years of the absurd war of terror, as Borat calls it. And I've represented a lot of people in Guantanamo. It's been my privilege to represent them. And through that, really, I've met you lot. And I just want to say what a wonderful group of people you are, that I've watched a lot of Islamophobia over many years, and your response has been fabulous. And I love you all, and I think you've been fabulous support for so many of the people I've represented. But I'm afraid I've got to call on you another time, because I'm sure many of you know who Aafia Siddiqui is. My mother told me it was my job as an old privileged white male to go look out for people in prison and people who are being trampled on. And I've represented 87 people in Guantanamo, and I didn't think there was anything worse that could happen to a human being than that. But Aafia Siddiqui and what we've done to this poor woman has shocked me to the core. And many of you are the sisters, will have children, and if you can imagine driving to the airport and being stopped by the CIA and having your children snatched from you and having a 6-year-old son taken and put in prison in Afghanistan, have a 4-year-old daughter, Mariam, taken to Afghanistan and forcibly adopted into a white Christian American family, on the principle that apparently they believe that the only way to get to heaven is to be a white Christian American. I mean, it's just shocking. But even that's not as shocking as the third child, that apparently they dropped the 6-month-old Suleiman and killed him. And then they took this poor woman to Bagram, where I've been with my old friend and Guantanamo client, Muazzam Beg. I hope many of you know and admire Muazzam. He's someone I look up to metaphorically, but look down to, otherwise he's very short. He's not like this chap here. But Muazzam is a wonderful human being, and we've been to Afghanistan 5 times together to get the evidence for Aafia. But this brings you to exactly what Sheikh Omar was saying, the things you can do. I think it's every religion that says you should look out for the people in prison because they're so downtrodden. And can I just make a few requests of the assembled group? We filed, it's going to be this week, the challenge to her conviction. It's taken a lot of work. And we need your help. And there's not a person in this monstrous audience, including you, young man, the little kid down here, there's no one who doesn't have a talent that would help her. And first, they won't let Sheikh Omar in to give her religious solace. How many people here are Muslim? Put your hand up. I think there's quite a lot of you. We are going to file a brief in court supporting Sheikh Omar and telling the judge that she's not even allowed a religious minister to help her out. And all of you can support that. How many of you are doctors or medical professionals? Put your hand up. She hasn't been allowed a doctor for the last 21 years. And again, we need the support of doctors. There's no one here who can't support her. And the thing that Sheikh Omar said that's actually true more than anyone I've ever represented before is you can send her a letter. I'm just going to say this email address, but I'm sure we can get it to you. Letters for Aafia. That's letters and then the number 4, Aafia, A-A-F-I-A, @gmail.com. That comes to me. And you've got to send her letters, not saying we pity you, saying you inspire us because of what you've stood up for all those years. And I will personally deliver those letters to her. And I beg you to do that. And what she told me, as she's being abused, she's been raped in this prison that she's in right now. And she told me that when they're abusing her in this prison, she takes your letters and reads them out to her abusers and says, hey, I got people out there who care about me. This is a huge, huge thing, and it's one of the things I'm proudest of all of you who have helped her in these things. So enough from me, but you want to hear from this guy, I know, but I just want to thank you for letting me come up and be here with you. And this guy's a great guy, right?
And everyone give him a round of applause, please.
No.
On behalf of our community, thank you for fighting for our sister.
It's my privilege.
We appreciate you.
My mum would strike me dead from heaven if I didn't do it. So thank you very much.